Welcome to this episode of Shop Talk Express. Today I'm with a friend of many years, Rick Sales, president of Abierto, based here in the United States, but operating globally as a communications partner to the convenience industry. Rick and I have known each other for well over a decade, maybe even closer to two. And his company was at the forefront of technology, even way back then, and especially today. So, Rick, tell me a little bit about who Abierto is today.
Hey, good morning, Carolyn, and happy spring. And thank you for being with me here today. So as you know, Abierto specializes in convenience stores, and in particular, using digital signage technology to better engage consumers at the point of purchase and drive their shopping behavior. It's a market that we've been, as you say, for a long time. We understand well, and we enjoy quite a bit.
So tell me a little bit about how you do that.
Right. So, digital technology has a wide range of solutions, and we make sure that we curate the solutions that make sense for our environment. When we put them together, they are a combination of software, hardware, services, and know-how that we think of as a toolkit. And this toolkit is really designed to enhance the capability of the retailer. Retailers will have strengths in certain areas, but will need support in others. And it can span the gamut of product selection and installation all the way to content design and content management, but ultimately tailored to the requirements of each retailer.
So here in the US, and I'm sure around the world, customers are attracted to convenience stores, gas stations, by what they see as they're driving by, as they're walking by. And sometimes they're coming in for fuel. Sometimes they're on a mission. They want a drink or a snack. Talk to me about the importance of messaging and how you get those customers inside the store, because that's one of the most important things a retailer needs to work towards. So how do you do that? How do you help them?
Thank you for the question. And really, this is something that we understood better during the pandemic. And we've introduced a new product, Open LED, which I'll talk about in a moment, to address some of the unique needs of the forecourt and how to engage that distracted driver and get that person to want to come in and engage with the consumer, engage with the retailer inside of the store. So ultimately, I think that when you look at the channel distribution of messaging for the consumer, that may start at home on a website, may start on a mobile app. The consumer arrives on your forecourt for a number of reasons, and you could win that battle or lose that battle for the consumer right at the forecourt if you don't give that consumer a reason to come in. They might be there simply fueling, or they might have had an intent to come into your store, and you can actually reverse the intent by what you're doing on the forecourt. So it turned out to be a very critical place to message. I think the industry has been very focused on the inside of the store for many years. And when I look at what's happening outside in the forecourt, not only is the messaging not suitable to engage the consumer, there are many technologies that don't fit the environment. They either not robust enough to last, or they interfere with the look or the view of the store, or they're so small that fail to engage the consumer, or may even be an annoyance. Some of the TVs and the pumps that talk to people, people are always looking for the button to mute them because they're not helpful. So in fact, we can do some things in the forecourts to discourage and torpedo the good work that may have been done to that point in time between loyalty, TV, billboards, online, and the app, and the person gets there and you fail to convert. So the forecourt is super important. As you know, we introduced this Open LED product, which is a collaboration with LG. This is a product that they put together, and it's a digital film that adheres to the inside of the convenience store window. So one is designed to have very low profile and not interfere with the operation of the store. Two is designed to provide a very large canvas where you can use best practices to engage the consumer with content. And three, it's transparent from the inside out, so it doesn't block the view of the pumps. It makes it feel safe for consumers, but it allows the associates to do their job at monitoring the forecourt. So, in bringing this product to market, we were able to test some of these theories and some of these ideas on what does it take to engage the consumer at the forecourt. And in addition to having technology that is suitable to the environment, and there are several pieces, including Open LED, that can do that, I think you really need to think about your content and your message, right? And there's three key parts of that. One is that it's animated. A distracted driver, you need to catch them with animation, right? It has to be a simple message. A lot of people that work with print have a lot of copy that they expect consumers to read. Has to be something that they can absorb in a few seconds and they can relate to. And ultimately, it has to be married with compelling graphics. You have to see this and not be able to ignore it. And you have to pose those yes, no questions. Am I going in to get that or not? Am I going in to get that or not? I want to go in and get that, right? It also takes repetition. It takes 3 times for people to see a message and actually come through. So it may be this visit, it may be next visit, but at some point in time in the forecourt, you're going to get through that repetition and you're going to imprint on something that consumer wants to engage with you. So lots of learning in the forecourt and lots of opportunity for retailers to improve their bottom lines and getting more consumers to visit them.
And something I've heard from you and I've learned from you over the years is high quality is important. Quality photos really draw in consumers to see the food that's in there, the drinks that they're serving. And when you can do that with animation, it's even better. You're almost tasting it, you're seeing it. You want to go in and get that, as well as like you said, with the film, you need quality technology, and you also need, like you said, the quality messaging as well. Too many words, it's just too much to read. So I know with your partnership with LG, that's really important. And then you help your customers help with the content messaging to build that and to figure, and content includes the visuals as well, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, when you're communicating today, it goes beyond the message, and it really has to inure to the brand, right? So I think that the content is just as much of an investment as the technology. The technology is going to give you the canvas, and then you really have to get that consumer to really fall in love with what you're showing them, and it has to be relevant to your message. So, I always come back to Rutter's because I think they're brand champions, and one of their lines is, "Why go anywhere else?" And if you think about the messaging that we do in the forecourt with Open LED, you could end every video in that in that presentation with that tagline, "Why go anywhere else?" Because every message that they're giving you is an answer to that question. You come here because of my people. You come here because of my food. You come here because of my facility. So I think that's a very important thing that you cannot accomplish with other technologies, and you certainly cannot accomplish with some discipline in the creation of the content and the message. So it's clean, it's simple, and it's impactful.
With Abierto. Rick, where can people find you?
Well, so I always encourage people to come visit me on LinkedIn. We post a lot of content and have a lot of great conversations there. So please visit my LinkedIn page. But I know that in our collaboration with Global Convenience Store, you have a number of resources for our retailers that you can share as well. So where can they find Abierto information on your website?
The question on the Innovators tab, you can certainly find all about Abierto. You can also read a great article that we recently published in our features about the company, about some of the retailers you're working with. So Rick, thank you so much for joining me, and thank you for joining me on Shop Talk Express.
Thank you very much. Enjoyed it a lot. Thank you.